Hey, how you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Just gonna sit on here and get ready to start this live that we are doing together. I will wait for Maili, who also runs this program with me, to join before we get into it. Oh, there she is. She has joined. So go ahead and just request. Okay, good. I got the request. Awesome. Let's see if I can do this. Go. She should be coming. Hopefully. I heard so she requested. I know this can take a few minutes. So there you are. Hi. Cool. It's fun. I've never really done this before with somebody else. So
woohoo! We did it.
We made a lot. Yesterday with my food haul from Dutch Meadows Farms, because I was like, all right, let's practice and make sure I remember how to do this, because I've done it before in the past, but it's been a while. So I'm like, all right, let's get this done. So awesome to see you. Always a pleasure.
See you too.
Yeah. I am so excited to chat with you about our Metabolic and Hormone Reset group coaching program. You know, we're finishing up with the last cohort that we just did. And honestly, it's been really, really great to see their improvements and how they're doing. And we're coming to the end, getting ready to start a new cohort. So we're stoked about it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
People are going to love this.
Yeah. So, and honestly, okay, so the first group we did started in January, and that's a tougher time to implement some of the changes that we recommend, because it's a little chillier outside, so springtime is like the perfect time for this, right? It's the total time. Yeah, it's like spring, like, to me, like, is the total essence of like blooming and change and reset and restart and like all
new beginnings and building that solar callus that we need so we can totally enjoy the summer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like that. Yeah. The spring cleaning, the spring restart. Right. And yeah, absolutely. Get outside and build your solar callus. I was out this morning. Now it's cloudy, but it's warm enough to be outside, but it was so nice and sunny. And I'm like, it feels so great. So yeah. So awesome.
It's been really cold here, sunny, but cold and windy. And today is actually nice and mild. I'm so excited to be outside more. Snow's melting.
Yeah. We're done with the snow here, like, because I live in New York, so we've got all, like, we've put away. I started putting out like my spring stuff. I feel it, like the spring. Yeah, like some flowers are starting to bloom. I'm like, ooh, like perennials are coming back.
I'm jealous. We're still totally covered in snow. There's like a little tiny part of my deck that has been shoveled and sort of melting. I'm like, oh, can I get a lounge chair out just right in this little spot so I can get out there and start getting my sun?
Awesome. So yeah, I'm excited to chat with you about this group coaching program, because honestly, when we first called it the hidden truths, and honestly, that's what it is. It is those hidden truths about, balancing your hormones, about, having enhanced energy, the best quality, most restorative sleep you can ever imagine, like balanced moods, less, more resilient to stress and like stressful situations, and just like all those things, right? So
and they are hidden truths. These are things that, not only hidden, but a lot of it are the things that we're talking about in this course are things that we've been lied to about. The sun, for example, just one part of it, but even the food is so confusing. There's just so much information. And I really like that in this course, we bring it back to basics. Like, everything is back to basics. It's a lot of common sense, but even common sense strategies can be kind of confusing. And it's really helpful to have people to walk you through it. So
yes, yeah, absolutely. And also the foods that we guide you on and the guide principles are really the foundations to health and all the things that you can do to really be healthy. And honestly, the food that we, guide you towards is really how to nourish your body in the proper way. And that's like really just getting back to, our ancestral roots, a lot of this, but honestly, I know I've shared this before very openly in my own, healing journey is, when I was trying to lose weight, because one of the things that you'll get if you have more balanced hormones and balanced metabolism is weight loss. And one of the things I was always trying to do to lose weight was restrict, 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 cut the calories, cut the calories, cut the calories, no fats, no, you know what I mean? Like, and not eating the most nourishing foods, choosing foods that were unfortunately likely inflammatory in a lot of ways and caused a lot of damage to my gut microbiome and all the things, because I was like, this is healthier because it's less calories, right? So this was a big part of my own healing journey to learn that that's not really the way to go, right? So
Right.
really how to nourish your body the right way, and then your hormones are going to really thank you, and your aging process is going to thank you, and your everything, right? It's just like so important.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we want to be providing our body with the building blocks that it needs, with the right signals so that it can do all the things that it needs to do. And I mean, I'm, you know, have a similar backstory as you. I mean, we grew up in the fat-free era. So when I was a teenager, I'd eat boxes of Entenmann's, you know, those pastries that were fat-free.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I was being so healthy. You know, I'm eating fat-free.
Oh yeah, it's good,
So
right?
much sugar.
It's all good. It's fat free. And also, like, I did the cardio thing, and you know, all the things that really drove my cortisol. I just put a post about cortisol, and that's such a good post. Like, I feel like people, because that's all the things that I did wrong. Like, because I was always driving my cortisol up without even realizing it, you know, because I was, you know, the fasted workouts and the chronic cardio and the restrictive diets, and then
Yeah.
the blue light at night, and you know, staying on my phone all night
Right.
long, and that was okay. Like, all these little things that I had no idea, and I knew nothing about sunlight and all the healing powers and benefits of it. So I also
Exactly.
think the program is can not only improve like your hormones, your metabolism, all that, but it's also really important for people who have like gut issues and really chronic
Yes.
health issues or chronic pain, which is also my story, autoimmunity, chronic pain, all improved, right? So this is the program I wish somebody would have given me, like, I don't know, about 3 years
Yeah,
ago. Would have been
me
like,
too.
maybe actually like 4 or 5. It would have been, because I wouldn't have got to the chronic health issues that I got, because this can actually, you know, of course we can never say it's not medical advice, right? We're
Right.
not health practitioners, and that's, but it can really help reverse any kind of issues that you have, or also it can prevent them from happening, right? So
Yes.
that is vital. So
Yeah, no, I can attest to that. I have suffered from gut issues my entire life, and I've done all the different diets and macros and supplements and practitioners and all the things. And it wasn't until incorporating the things that we teach in this course, in this program, that things really started to turn the corner. And now if there's like a little blip, if I kind of backstep, it's so quick and I'm turning around again. I mean, now that we have UVB again and I'm out exposing my belly, you know, it's just, these are pretty amazing
yeah,
things. And yeah, I was looking for this course for years.
you know, I was looking for this course. I just didn't know what I was
I
looking for, because
exactly.
too, like,
It's just like searching and
right, we searching for the right thing, and we try all the things. Like, I mean, the amount of money that I have spent on trying, because I came from a really dark place. You know, you have to remember that severe chronic pain, severe depression, which also this program will help with mood is so big with all the
that
things that,
is huge. And one of the first things I feel like people start to notice a difference with.
yep, and stress resilience,
Hmm.
100%. But yeah, I had this, you know, I'm coming from a very dark place, and I was looking and doing everything. I probably spent $100,000 on trying to figure out my health between functional medicine, running labs and testing and sending out my poop to see if that's going to help, you know, things out. I mean, really, honestly, it was like, these things are so simple. And I like to call it the quantum effect. These are like simple strategies that you can do that make a huge impact. They have this cascading effect on our body. Not hard to implement. Like, once it becomes, it's obviously a lifestyle, but once you make it part of your lifestyle, it's it's easy to
It's
implement.
so easy. And it actually feels really weird
Yeah,
if you somehow kind of get off track for a day. I mean, at least for me,
yeah,
you know, there's been times where I've gone out and I forgot my blue blockers and I'm under this really harsh bright light and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. It makes me feel not well. And I think we've gotten to a point where feeling not totally well has become normal. It's normalized, and we just chalk it up to, oh, I'm getting older. I'm in perimenopause. It's normal to feel this way. But It's really not. And these things that we teach, I feel like it's building the foundation of the house. You know, the whole house is going to be so much better, so much stronger. You can do whatever you want with the house after you've built the foundation. And
100%. And we normalize illness so much. We're like, oh yeah, this is completely normal to feel this way. It's normal to not have energy. It's normal to go days without having a bowel movement. It's normal to need coffee to get up and go. It's normal to have insomnia. It's normal to stay up all night and, just not be able to sleep or not sleep well or wake up unrefreshed, right?
right,
Like good night's sleep or these things. You shouldn't feel this way and you don't have to feel this way, and it can be so much better. And we're here to
right.
share that with you because we know what it's like to be on the other side and we know what it's like to be
Yes.
on this side. So join us on this side.
It's so much better. It's so much better on this side.
So much better is right. It's so much better. Yeah, so this program is going to be 12 weeks long, and the sessions are live on Zoom with us. You get two coaches for the price of one, which I think is like
Pretty awesome.
I mean, yeah, not many people do that, so I think that's pretty cool. So you get two of us, and it's nice because we have a very, of course, Maili and I are super aligned on many things, but we do definitely have some different nuances that we share too. So that's kind of cool as well. So you get two coaches once a week, one live Zoom call, and we'll go over lessons and have time for questions and answers, of course. And we also have a private Telegram group that comes with this, which is so nice. What I was just explaining with on my podcast with Heather Crimson about what's so nice about Telegram, it's uncensored. We can say all the things, literally, right? So which is so nice. So anyway, you're going to have access to that private Telegram group where you have access to us to ask questions in between, which is
Right.
really valuable. Because what's lacking in people's life when it comes to coaching is they need like support in between sessions or support when they try to implement things or then questions come up afterwards.
Right.
So I
And
found
we know that. I mean, we even go to each other for things that we know, but it's just nice to have that reassurance or, hey, wait, remind me on this, or I have a question about that. And it's so helpful. I know for me, when I've taken courses, it's always when it's over, I feel great. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I want to get started. But wait a minute, I have a question. How do I ask?
there's
Where do I go?
right. Sometimes you don't have access to people to ask that question.
Right.
Like with us, I felt like for me along my healing journey, support, community connection was really imperative and really big. And getting involved with people like you, Maili, and having you as a friend, like that's also healing for me. Like having that
Me
support and
too.
community with you, right? Like, and a lot of other people in the quantum world, like there's a lot of value in that, especially as women. Like women used to raise families together, right? We used to do
Exactly.
together, and now we're so isolated. Here we're bringing back that community and that connection and support level of support that I think really sometimes is lacking and often is lacking for women, and something that we all really need. So you have access to us to answer the questions, and then you can connect with each other as well, which is cool. And yeah, we can motivate each other and support each other
Yeah.
through the process. And of course, we'll send you the live Zooms are recorded. So then we send you, the recording, so you'll have access to it. Listen again. And the women in our group have said how valuable it was to re-listen the information more than once, because yeah, it's like, okay, you listen to it, but then it's like, ever go to the doctor and you go back and you're like, wait, what was I supposed to do? Or even a coach,
Yeah, exactly.
that material again and being able to re-listen to, you're like, oh, this is what it is. And also you'll have the Google Slides to print out if you wanted to print it out and have like your own little ebook of all the 12
Right.
lessons that we, so it's like so much, you get a lot, really. It's
Yeah,
really nice. A lot of
you really do.
stuff. Yeah.
For sure. And I wanted to touch again on we are very aligned. We have similar training, but Vanessa has some things that, some education that I don't have. You are a homeopath, classical homeopath, and she's been so great and has helped my family a ton. And we have healed a little bit differently. We've had different things come up. We've had to take a few slightly different approaches. So we expect that for you too. Like we know that everyone is different. We have different pasts. We have had different experiences, different illnesses. So the way that you might heal will be slightly different probably from someone else who's in the program. And so the slight nuances, those slight differences between the two of us are actually just really helpful. You know, our experiences make it easier for us to help you because I think between the two of us, we understand a lot. We've been through a lot.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's their own unique little snowflake too, right?
Oh, totally.
Nobody's one and the same, right? So we have to, that's the thing too, is like when you do a online program and it's already like set out, like, you know, a course or something like that, you don't get that nuance. You don't
Mhm.
get that, or you don't get that level of, well, how can I shift this for me, right? So in a
Right.
group program, it's totally different because you get all that. Like I had, you know, one of the women in my group coaching program was like, I don't have a gallbladder. What do we do? And of
Yeah.
course I have strategy, but we need to know like, okay, you might not tolerate fats as well. And we
Right.
need to support that. You know, there's things we have to adjust, you know, or maybe you don't feel as good if you eat this way. Okay, well then we have to adjust, and we will help you adjust. Say nothing is like all or nothing. Number one, it's never
Right.
approach, and everything is like these 2% betters, as Carrie Bennett always says,
Yeah.
which I always, because it really is a great saying, because it's not nothing. We'll teach you how to gradually make these changes. There's no like, okay, everything's going to be done in 1 minute, or like everything has to be done today. We will guide you through gradually implementing this lifestyle and all of these changes, and implementing changing your, you know, diet slowly and all the
Right.
things. It's really supportive. So yeah.
Everything builds on each other. So, like you said, it's not an all or nothing. It's not, okay, you do the program, you follow it to the letter, and it's a challenge for 30. No, no, no. We're reworking everything. And not everyone's ready to just dive in and do all the things all at once. You know, some things need to be baby stepped, and that's totally okay. We walk you through that.
And what I love about this program too is it's not, I almost don't even love the word program, because it's not a program, it's more of a lifestyle, because it's
Yeah.
not, you're going to do this for 3 months with us, say that's 12 weeks. You're going to do this for 3 months, and then you're going to like go and have to do something else. Like these are things that you can implement for life, like these
Right.
strategies and these principles. And honestly, I know it. I know it. As soon as you implement these things and you start to feel the impact, because I have never had a client, I have never had somebody that has implemented these things and been like, nah, forget it. Because so once you start doing these things, you want to
Yep.
continue to do them, and then you have strategies and principles to do forever, right? These are
Yeah.
honestly a lifelong program. Like that's what I think is invaluable about it, because it's like, wow, I can do these things forever to improve my health.
Yes. You do it forever. You do it anywhere. You go on vacation. In fact, going on vacation, especially when you're changing time zones, using these principles, these strategies, it makes it so much easier. Like you kind of get to enjoy more of your vacation when you're living this way.
Oh, we travel a lot, like in the, you know, we travel a lot in our RV. It's one of the things that we love to do, and we travel a lot through the summer, and we do change times sometimes, and I don't really feel that the
Yeah.
impact of that. And what's amazing, Miley, is no matter where I am and whatever time zone it is, my body will wake with the sun, and
Yes.
my body will be tired when the sun goes down. And it's just like your rhythms just get so entrained by living this lifestyle. And yeah, it really is like kind of crazy. It's like,
It feels good. So I have I just got my 20-year-old son to start adopting. I said, I'm going to be your coach. You have to do what I say. He's like, okay, I'll do it. But he's just started coming to me and saying, I'm actually feeling calmer. I really like getting up with the sunrise. Oh my gosh. The other day, he went out for sunrise and he's so tired and groggy walking out. And he comes back in and he goes, it's amazing how much energy I get just from looking at the sun. Even if it's for like a minute, he feels so much better. And this is a 20-year-old. They change a lot quicker, but you know, they're also more resistant to these kinds of things. But he's noticing and admitting,
yeah,
mom's right, and he's feeling better.
yeah, 100%. I'm so glad to hear that, number one. And then number two is I will say the same thing. Like if I ever have a night where like if I don't feel like I woke up that great or I didn't sleep as good,
Mhm.
because I'm right,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, but when it does happen, as soon as I get outside and I get my eyes exposed to that morning light, that sunrise light, grounded, I come in, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. My energy is right back where it needs to go. It's like
It's like the best cup of coffee without the caffeine. It's not, this crazy jittery thing. You're just like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
you will not. I don't need coffee anymore. I
Yeah,
haven't drank coffee in years.
I don't do
No,
caffeine. Like that's my caffeine. It's
don't.
getting out for that sunrise.
You just don't need it. It's not even a necessary thing anymore, right? Like, how beautiful is that? Hey, save some money on Starbucks and come join our program.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about like all the things. We'll talk to you about how to balance your hormones, obviously. We'll also talk to you about sustainable weight loss. We'll cover like balanced blood sugar, mood, stress resilience, hydration, all these really great things like just improve gut microbiome, meal timing, what to eat, when to eat, all the
Mhm.
things, how to eat. I like feel like we're covering really just all the things. So,
Yeah, I mean it's all of the things that we all do every single day, but you're refining it and doing it in a way that's so much more beneficial to your body, like your entire being, not even just your physical body, but I mean,
and you know what's so great about it too that I want to bring up is that you can be doing other things to support your health as well. Whatever, adding this piece in is so foundational that it just enhances anything else that you do.
right.
Like it's
We're not telling you to stop anything. This
mm-mm,
isn't switching from one program to another program. This is this is its own thing.
exactly, and it like I said, it will enhance whatever other modalities that you think are supportive of your health. Like it can really just enhance them. But yeah, we'll also give you we give meal ideas. The ladies love that. I have to say, they mentioned that to me. They loved like having like ideas for breakfast, ideas for lunch, ideas for dinner, and different ideas based on the season. So that's like a
Right?
really cool thing that people, that's different about the program. I honestly think if you're looking for something different and you've tried so many things, this is different. This is new. This is exciting. And it will be things that you haven't heard before. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah, I know. I think that the people who come to this space are the ones who have literally tried everything and they're still stuck. Maybe something has gotten them better. That's been the case for me. There's been a lot of things that I've tried that have gotten me a little bit better, but then it'll either go back or even get worse at some point. And so, yeah, coming to this type of a course program group, it's usually the people who feel like they have tried everything and they're just not getting the results they want. They're not reaching the health goals that they've been working on for sometimes decades.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But what would have happened if we would have started with this? I always question that, right? Because I know in my own health journey, if I would have started with this, things would have been a lot different. Because one of the other things
it would have been a really short journey.
my journey would have not have like we had to go through all of the stuff that was really challenging first, but you know what, I'm always grateful for it, and it taught me a lot, and I learned to work with my own clients. Now I learned what actually does work, and what is kind of a more of a waste of time, I should say, in some ways, in some aspects, like judgmental or hard. That's what I see over and over again, the same story. Like my clients are the same story. I tried the labs, I tried the supplements, I tried the restrictive diets, I tried the elimination diets, and it's like maybe you got a little bit better, but again we're missing this whole piece, this circadian piece, this light piece that is vital. It is
Yes.
vital in this modern day world, especially, so
And this is
yeah, that
not hippie woo-woo stuff. I mean, quite honestly, in the very beginning, when I first started hearing about this circadian and quantum stuff, I was like, okay, but I've got my good diet. I'm good. No, no, no. This is not woo-woo. This is amazing stuff. There's so much science. It's really fascinating to learn about. And for me, the more I learn, the more I want to learn because it's just so
same.
interesting.
And it's cool to learn, like, you don't need to know the science behind
No,
it to make this work. You just need to know the practical application, which is exactly what we teach. But if you want to delve into the science, ask me. I have all the resources to give you.
yep,
On my Rebalance Your Rhythms course, there's like that I have made. I keep a link like of all like the research articles that I find, and I just keep growing it because I want people to have that knowledge if
yep.
they want to find it. And then I also have like a book recommendation list that keeps growing and growing because I keep reading and reading more books, and I just keep it some people want the science, they want the knowledge. Here you go.
Right.
It's here for you because it's all there. And honestly, the real science, Miley, is the people who lived, 100 years ago and didn't have chronic disease.
Exactly.
They were
Exactly.
than they are now. I mean, honestly, chronic disease is on the rise. I mean, I think I saw the statistic of one person has 40% of people have one chronic disease, or no, it was the opposite. 40% of people have two chronic disease and 60% have at least one chronic disease. Like that's not
No.
okay. And I really believe if we adapted these kind of lifestyle practices and principles, a lot of people would have a lot less chronic disease. So, I mean, and like I said, like we said both, these are not hard things to do. They are really,
No.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's really just changing habits. It's kind of moving things around a little bit. There's nothing complicated about it. I mean, it's
And
yeah, it's
it's
really
fun.
just changing habits. It is fun.
I love it. And just to be a happier person, who doesn't want that?
Oh, absolutely.
And sometimes the changes can be like super quick, honestly. Like I mentioned before, is I had chronic insomnia and really intense pain at night. That shifted very quickly. These practices, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's all I.
No, I was a lifelong night owl. I
Me too.
thought that was just who I was naturally.
Yeah.
And it was only not even a full week. It was probably 4 or 5 days. Because I thought, how in the world am I going to go from falling asleep at 1 a.m. to trying to go to bed before 10 p.m.? That's just not going to work because I was tired and wired. But forcing myself up, and I did have to force myself up the first few days for that sunrise. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? I get out there,
Yeah.
ding. And then 4 or 5 days in, I was actually getting tired before 10 p.m. That just never happened unless I was sick. So that was pretty amazing. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to this. It did take a lot longer though for me to start waking up naturally with the sunrise without an alarm. That I asked Carrie Bennett about that, and she said, some people, you might always need an alarm. I thought,
Yeah.
well, okay, I can do that. I know that I'm going to feel good once I get out there. And then it was like 2 weeks later, all of a sudden I'm just awake.
Oh,
Like, oh my gosh, no alarm. And it's been that way ever since.
I will say, because I've been doing these circadian lifestyle practices and principles for quite a few years now, and it's like the longer that I've done it, the longer I've stuck to it, the more benefits I see.
Oh yeah.
I should be like going the opposite way, right? I'm getting older, right? I should be seeing things going the opposite way, but no, the healthier I feel, the better I feel, the stronger. And who doesn't want that? Like,
I know.
just be healthier and more vital.
I
Like,
almost feel like in a small way, it's almost like aging in reverse a little bit. I have so much more energy now than I did when I was 25, like by far. I used to have energy crashes every single day. I mean, there was points where I almost felt like I was getting the flu every single day at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I'd need chocolate and sugar and caffeine just to get me through, and none of that. It's amazing.
that's amazing. Of course, that's an amazing story. But that's another one that's so much better is cravings, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have cravings. Like, and actually, I mean, the only craving I would sometimes have is like maybe a little bit of chocolate through my period. And the last couple of periods, I haven't even craved chocolate during my period. I was like, that is crazy. Like,
Which
it's
is super interesting.
amazing. Like throughout the winter, I never craved sweets really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'll change for the summer. I'll see. But it was just so interesting to see that this winter, this is the first winter that I really saw that, like really strongly. I was like, maybe a little bit last winter too, actually, now that I'm thinking back. But it's like amazing how the body it just aligns to all of the circadian rhythms, the seasonal rhythms, all of that, like the hormonal rhythms, like of
Right.
your menstrual cycle, all the things it aligns to. It's just,
Well, and then I feel like once you are aligned with that, when something does come up, if you do have a random craving or maybe a period that's a little more difficult or whatever it is, you got a pain I feel like it's easier to pinpoint. You suddenly know, okay, wait, something's off. And then you can look around and go, okay, I haven't been doing this, or maybe I need to do a little bit more of this, or maybe I need to contact Vanessa for some homeopathy. But like I feel like it becomes easier because when you're the night owl and you're snacking all day and you're eating out of season, everything's sort of clouded. You get random pains and aches and digestive issues, and it's just sort of all muddled together. And so how do you pinpoint anything? How do you know what it is that's a little off balance? This way it makes it a lot easier, I feel, to just sort of figure out what it is. And it's usually just something small that's just gotten a little bit out of balance, and you put a little attention to that, and then you're feeling better again. And I think that's the way that it's supposed to be.
It is definitely such a point though. Like it is, the waters are so muddy when you're like you're not living a like you're doing so many things that interfere, I guess, negatively with your health, right? So then it's like, well, what is it? So then it's hard to figure out, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, we also teach you things about self-care, which I think is really important. And the girls in the program appreciate that self-care is so important.
Yeah.
There's there's about movement, all the things. So, and these are going to, in like doing this is going to yield those long-lasting results. It's not like that 30-day challenge like you said before,
Right.
or that these are long-lasting, sustainable results that doing this lifestyle is so important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. So I think anything else you want to say? I'm trying to think of anything else that's important for us to talk about. Like, I mean, there's simple things really help you nourish your body. I will say it's not going to be restrictive diets or like CrossFit. If you're looking for that, that is not the approach that we have going here, So honestly, I've been there, done that, and that actually is a way to destroy your hormones. I think, my viewpoint, the more you restrict, the more you down regulate your metabolism and your hormones, and the more, stress, all that chronic cardio and all that, it's all a stressor on the body, right? When we're just living in a chronic cortisol state because we're stressing out the body too much by restricting calories, not getting enough nutrients, and then also, doing all that stressful exercise, right?
Right.
So,
I mean, and stress is stress. It's something I used to tell my running clients, because I've been a running coach
yeah.
for years, is that stress is stress. So especially when I was coaching runners for races, I'm like, if you are training and then you're also going to a party and you're skipping meals and you're doing all these, like, it's all just stress. It's not like your body goes, oh, well, you had fun though at that party, so that's not stress. No, it is stress. You were up late, you were under the lights, you were doing all those things. So yeah, we want to help people figure out how to remind your body that it's in a safe place, so that when those stressors do come up, it's not this it's not like you're adding fuel to the fire. It's something that happens, your body responds appropriately, and then you come back to a baseline. So I
Yeah,
think,
you think of what you just said, signals, and how this program, or this lifestyle, I should say, impacts the nervous system and nervous system health. Because
mhm,
those safety signals all the time. So it's really, I think it's foundational if you have nervous dysregulation, which is so apparent in our modern day space world, right? It's so
right.
apparent. So any nervous system stuff, this is going to be super, super supportive as well. And so yeah, I'm trying to think anything else that's really important for us to mention. I will say that we have decided that we will give a discount to those
Yes.
who join this live and listen to this live. Um, my website is not cool enough where I can do discount codes. Okay, I don't know how to do that. Send you a discounted link that you can buy or purchase this program for. So if you want that, all you have to do is let me know that you listen to this live, or let Maili know that you listen to this live, and we will both send you that link so you can get this at a discounted rate. So that's something we like to offer to you guys. If you join this live, we listen to this live, because we appreciate you coming on and chatting with us and listening. So
For sure. And if you have any questions that come up, you can send a message to either Vanessa or myself, and we'll be happy to answer any
yes,
questions that you have.
check it out. We also have on our podcast. We did a podcast together, so that's the Quantum Connection podcast. You could check out that.
Mm-hmm.
That was called "The Hidden Truths of Hormone Harmony." It came out in like December, right? So
Yeah.
you can check that out, and it's also on my YouTube. So you can also check that out at Bright Light, my YouTube channel. Listen to that podcast because that podcast has a lot of information about it,
Mhm.
and it's also linked on my website at the bottom, so you can check it out there as well. Bottom of the website page for this group coaching program, you'll see that YouTube link, so you can go check that out too if you want more information. You know, so you
Mhm.
can learn about us because it is important to connect with your coaches. You know,
Right.
have a resonance with us. So hopefully we resonate with you and we jive and what we had to say. You know, jives with you guys. So yeah, and we'd love to have you because that's the goal, is just to help and support people. So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Any
Well,
last?
cool. No, I think we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we did. It was a great conversation. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
I always love chatting with you.
Miley, get on. We
We could talk all day,
awesome.
forever.
That's that's great. All right. Well, like I said, send us a message if you are DM, comment here, and we will provide you with that discounted link and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks.